Hi everyone, hope you're well. I thought I'd do a bit of a different video today for Tap Titans 2. Today I'm going through my comments section. So basically, give you an idea of the most common questions I get on Tap Titans 2 or generally on my channel. I do try to answer as many comments and questions as quick as I can every single day, and also try to answer every single one. So this should be basically a fun video. Might be even helpful because some of the questions you ask are very technical sometimes. So I'll just go through the last week or so. So I was in a tournament with this guy, Tom, and this basically his in-game name's Bendover. Awesome name, by the way. But there was one guy on top that was basically cheating, and we reported him, and he did get removed. So it does work. The system does work. I pre-sieged like 7 times, but my pet levels. This is a good question. Big boy, Asian little rice. Great usernames. I have besieged like 7 times, but my pet levels are still level 1. I don't know what to do. So I replied that basically you prestige to gain relics, but you can get pets from auto generator every 4 hours, or from pet quests, pet tournaments, or you can buy from shops. So watch the beginner's guide video. It is if you're very brand new to the game, literally just installed it. It does have a sort of like a tutorial system implemented, but I would still watch my beginner's guide video because it basically goes through the basic of what pets are, artifacts, relics, and it explains the game more easier. So definitely worth a watch. Okay, and he says then he followed up with one more question: do I need level 100 pets to get pet quest? So that's probably because he heard in some of my videos that I said, oh, try to get your pets up to level 100. That's nothing to do with pet quest. Pet quests are a separate thing. They basically help level up your pets, and you can do it at any time or once you get access to pets. And I just explained that below. Zero said, oh, this is cool and all, but change to AT, please. Hey, thanks. Great video, Soul. Glad Shadow Clone and HCS are getting some love. So that's just in regards to the latest dev update. So they'll be doing multicasting to Shadow Clone and Heavily Strike. And there's always a lot of these first. People like comments them first. When I prestige, do Titans become stronger? No, Titans don't become stronger, but the health does increase. So Titans' health increases as you progress through the stages. So it seems like they're getting stronger, but they don't damage you. I mean, your Sword Master's infinite. He doesn't have any health bar, but the Titans' health do increase incrementally as you go higher. We consider dropping an updated dex for the raids. Yes. Now I'm currently in tier 4 raid, so tier 4 stage 1. That's one of my current clan, which is Band Clan Mates, BCM. Shout out. But we've only just started it, and to be honest, we're learning as well. So it'll be another week or so, I would imagine, before we get the right strats. I've already learned a couple of techniques, but the only difference with tier 4 is that you've got the abyssal armor you've got to get rid of first, and that like basic debuffs. So it may be like, for example, if it's on a leg, it may add a minus 10%, 5% burst hit. So certain cards and decks. So it does make it really complicated. And also you got 5 attacks, not 4 attacks. So we've basically ended up having 3 cycle attacks, and then it'll either be 2 cycles and 2 main hits in the VM. And if we're not doing VM, which is very possible in certain rounds, then it'd be 3 cycles and 2 main hits. So it'd be a CSB tote for a single part hit, and then 3 cycles. But because it's new, one of the cycles is weak. Because normally you have an armor part, which is Maelstrom or Fuse, and then you have a body part, which is Void. And then there's a new one, which is Toxic, that you probably mix in with something else. Radio. So radio deck. But then I've just done this cycle. This is the first cycle, so I'm learning. But my average hit has dropped. Like, because of the uses of the other decks that have dropped. Now, all this will be coming into a guide. I will do it, but I want to make sure the information is correct and suggestions. But the main thing I can tell you right now, unless you're in a very good Discord clan, so with the high level clans normally have a Discord where people are pinged and explained when to attack, what decks to attack. Now, you can use a targeting system in game, but there's a lot of communication involved with tier 4, and I think without that would be my number one thing. It would be to basically have a Discord or very good in-game communicator, so someone that can send out messages, tell you exactly when to hit and what body parts to hit, because it's not just about targeting, it's hitting the right decks at the right time so you don't overhit, overbalance, or destroy the wrong limbs at the wrong time. All that will be explained. So yeah, tier 4 raid guide, an updated deck raid guide in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Then you got, someone said, do you recommend buying the month pass? Need those diamonds currently sitting at 0? I put it's up to you. If you're not the bill payer, ask the bill payer's permission. If you've got spare cash, by all means. But this is Master Tiers, it's not Tap Titans, but this also applies to any mobile game with in-app purchases. Most of them, the more you spend, the quicker you complete the game. So Tap Titans, for example, you could probably get quite a high level, like 100,000 within a year, easily, even casually. Even a few months, you probably get 80,000 in 3-4 months. So you can level up quite fast. Now, to reach a cap, which is currently 125,000, it takes longer and longer grind. But it is possible at free to play. So you don't have to spend an absolute, not even a penny. But the more you spend, the quicker it will be. So the more money you put into the game, the quicker you'll reach the end cap. Is it worth it? Totally up to you. It's up to you. It's your choice whether or not you want to reach the end cap. But word of advice is always about the journey and not the destination. So it's about the community, enjoying the game. Once the ride's over, it's over. So just think about that before you rush or spend too much. Hey dude, this is a bit random, but to can't find any post on it, so let's check how many special attempts. This is a good one. I didn't reply in time. I could have replied now, but someone else replied before me. So this dude says, a bit random, but can't find any post but anything to answer this. Can you check how many special attempts secondary you get from Shadow Clone at level 35? Because the full Angel set, which thinking of getting next, I don't know if I've got enough mana regen. So I was on about, what do you mean special attempt? Because I'll log in, while it's logging in, I'll show you what he means by special attempt. I didn't even notice this before. Now, it's probably always been there, but I've just never been asked that question for a very long time, and I haven't really noticed. So some people have already asked. So where it is so Oliver pointed out, sorry, if you look at the skill description under the upgrade sword level, it tells you special attempts for Shadow Clone and how often a second your Shadow Clone gives you possibility to Lightning Strike or Mana Siphon. I meant the Shadow Clone spell. So on the Shadow Clone spell, if you click on the spell, it says special attempts per second, so it's 1.63 per second. And it will say skill bonus. The Shadow Clone spell can be upgraded in the skill tree, so you can upgrade that in the skill tree. But if I increased it, so at the moment, this is a special attempt at 1.631. And at level 35, it goes up to 220.2. So it levels up as you increase the skill level. As these guys explained, do just level up your Shadow Clone once and write down what the increase is for each level, and that is somewhat changing pattern. Once you get to 30, you kind of estimate what the special attempts are for 35. There'll be a bit of maths to get it close as possible to what it would be, but regardless, you eventually get every set anyway, so that info is not really important for Shadow Clone. If it would be a guide calculated for it, you just need to read a Shadow Clone guide on the Compendium. So he wants to know what the Shadow Clone attempt at level 35 is. Now my Shadow Clone attempt level 35 is, the answer to that would be 220, but this is with the mythic set added of this Fallen Angel, so get extra 5 levels for the spells, and then also you get a beaver boost, yes, in the Whispering Wave. So the core of the Whispering Wave, you get plus level to tier 4 sorcerer skill, and then also it's leveled up as well. And the equipment sets are leveled up by crafting power, so that my crafting power is at level 35, so that might influence it as well. So just because it's at 220 at level 35, it doesn't mean it necessarily will be 220 for other players, but that gives you around about an estimate. So yeah, I've failed at answering that straight away, but how basically it's asking it gives you how much lightning strike or mana siphon possibility of chance for it. And I never knew that. I had to look it up. See, some of these times when you guys answer a question, I don't know the answer to everything, and I learned stuff as well. So that was new for me, and I'm surprised after all these years it's never been mentioned before. So that's very good, very good. I didn't know. So that's really good. Thanks. You all get a thumbs up for helping me out answering that question. And that's what I love about the community as well. When I don't reply quick enough, other people, see, he replies straight away. Reply for me, which is very great. I love the community helping each other out. Zil says, started taking TT seriously, joined the clan, urged me to use build optimizers, where I went into YouTube, Reddit, check out things, help me progress with a lot of you guys. It's still quite new, though I only reached thousands, and now I'm just about to search how to proceed more efficiently, and I saw this video recommended. Guess I got a sub now. Oh, thanks, Zil. So I did a new prestige and farming guide to let you know the guys are coming out soon. I've got 5 currently in the works, but there's the most recent one will be probably the deck guide. So the tier 4 cursed armor raid guide would be next. I've got how to run your clan, or how to run your clan, build a clan, get new clan members. That's a separate video. Then I've got the update beginner's guide and tournament video, but I'm waiting for the recent updates, because the recent updates have changed the core mechanics so much. I'm not going to do a beginner's guide, tournament guide, because chances are, as soon as I do them, it'll be made redundant or out of date within like a month or two of the next big update. So I'm going to wait until they've done the new multicasting update, and then check if there's any core changes or any big changes after that. If there isn't, then I'll do a new beginner's guide, a new tournament video for that. Tournament, how to craft and tips and tricks for the tournaments. But yeah, so the next one's tier 4 cursed armor raid guide, how to run a clan, and if you've got any other suggestions, leave a comment below. But those are the main ones I've got coming up soon. I've always gone to cap for prestige and getting stuff around the tournaments lately, so I'm thinking about farming early stages. And some feedback there. So yeah, there is a good, I mentioned in the prestige and farming guide, basically a good point of working out your relics and relic per gain. So basically the amount of relics you get with your prestige versus the amount of time it takes to get there. It is worth working that out. I wouldn't spend too much time on it, but say for example it takes you 20 minutes to get to your 10,000 max stage, and it takes you 20 minutes to get to 9,000, and then the last 1,000 stages it takes you an extra 10-15 minutes. The amount of relics you get for that little amount of stages, is it worth the time it takes to do a full new run? Probably not. So that's the kind of thinking and the kind of calculations you need to work out. So there's no point doing a 20 minute, if your run time's like 20 minutes and then spending another 20 minutes doing an extra 100-200 stages, the relics you get from those stages, is it more than doing a brand new run of 20 minutes? Work that calculation out, and by doing so you can save yourself a good point with relics versus time gain, and you can farm efficiently. So basically you can farm more and get more relics in a short amount of time than you normally would. So that's what the conversation is about. And you don't have to, it's not always about pushing as far as you can every time. It's farming does help with your relics. Just started playing this game and found you. Well, welcome my friend. No, that made no difference, even if I took blocker off. I'm guessing they need to update that. The graphics on it's a bit off. So I'm guessing that's knight, warrior, sorcerer and rogue tree. You can kind of guess the idea where it's meant to be. They'll probably fix that soon. So you got 1,000. Let's keep it off. Let's see if I've got. SG Shnome had a really good point. It says when you put a number of SP in the calculator, minus the ones I need for MS and ED, I'm all short about 50-60 SP to copy that build. I don't even level the red numbers and they're still not enough. Am I missing something? So before, you need to minus the skill points from the MS and ED, and wherever you left to get in, you go into the Compendium. So I'll show you an example. So if you go to the Compendium website, I'll put a link to it below. Shadow Clan's good one because it uses two. It uses the ED and MS calculator. So first you go to the coffee calculator and MMLH's MS, so mana siphon calculator. Then you work out based on your equipment, skill points, what kind of level your coffee, your ED and MS should be. Once you've figured out level, you're used to how to total up the skill points and minus it from the skill points amount you put in this section, and then it will leave you with the remainder of there. But they've updated it now. I don't know why they haven't got graphics on it on the left, but they have updated it so that basically you just fill in the level numbers here. So once you worked out your ED and MS, so ED could be like 4 or something, you just put 4, and mana siphon could be 6, you put 6. It will automatically fill it in on the right, and then you just put your total skill points in here and it will update it. So you just need to update this section now. Before you didn't, you had to work out the calculations separately. Now you just do, once you know the levels, put it in there, and it will update it for you. So that's a bit easier. I might do a separate video on it, but I'll wait until they finish updating this, because again they've got added in the multicasting, which will be in the next update for Sorcery. So once they've done that, because the Competent Build Tool guide has changed a lot in the last couple of weeks, because there's been a lot of updates. So I will do another video explaining that in much more detail in upcoming videos. So if you've got any other guides, that's a quick rundown of my most recent comments this week. Great comments, I love them. Please keep leaving more comments below so I can answer them and keep me on my toes. Any guys or videos you want to see, let me know. Apart from that, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye.